Yo! Welcome to Ayakashi Akashi. Hope I'm saying that right. Let's get started. There are beings known as Ayakashi. They cause peculiar phenomena and at times inflict harm. As a consequence, they have long been seen as fearful beings. One could interpret their name as the Sharing Dead, for they merely seek the things they couldn't have in the places they once were. They simply want to share in those same blessings. Ha. Ha. This must be my punishment. Pant. Pant. In which case, there's only one thing to do. Ha. Huh. Dots. Sigh. This is some rain. And to think it was sweltering earlier. I scratched my head and looked up to the sky. As if the good weather earlier were a dream, large drops poured from the heavens and struck against the ground unceasingly. Oh? Mr. Uenara, whatever could you be doing out here? Well, what does it look like? Still gazing up at the sky, I waved my hands in front of my eyes. My slightly damp sleeves clung to my skin. My, so you haven't an umbrella. That's a pity. A pity, eh? Sounds like you don't intend to help. Why, for how often we're together, did you really think me the sort of person who would help in such a situation? Well then, I will take my leave. You will be late as well if you don't hurry, Mr. Uenara. Dots. Paying no mind to me standing there, Tina left with a leisurely gait. Yep, that's just how she is. Guess I'll wait a little longer. Worst case, I'll go and get soaked. Increasingly filled with resignation as the sound of rain only got louder, I let out a sigh. And then, 2 sets of footsteps broke through that sound, heading my way. Mister! Dots. Mister! Dots. You mean me? Mister! Mister? Oh, it's Misty, all right. What you doing, mister? I didn't bring an umbrella, so I can't go to school. I'm stuck. Are you kids lost? We're not lost, right? Right. Nope. Then what are you up to on this dreary morning? Mister! Dots. Not the best conversation I've ever had. Besides, I needed to hurry or I'd be late for class. Mister! Sorry, but I'm in a hurry. Hold up here and keep out of the rain. It should help your parents to find you. It's still raining, but it's gotten better than before. May just have to put up with getting wet. Ignoring the 2 fussing children, I sprinted off into the raindrops that fell harder and harder. I didn't want to deal with this nuisance. Shit. Ah! Where are you going? Riri's going too. Sigh. Holy shit. Holy shit. Sorry, I need a second. I'm vibing. Oh, that's so good. Okay. Wow. Okay. Sigh. I managed to give the slip to the 2 chasing children and arrive at school. What was with those kids? Oh, Yui-chan. Morning. Good morning, Mr. Uenara. Ah, Rokuroad Zero. Morning. You look kind of like an overworked mob today, Teach. It has been raining a whole lot. No umbrella? It wasn't raining when I left. That's why you gotta check the TV. True. Well, it'll dry soon at any rate. Come on, get back to the classroom. Right. First period. Math, right? I'm not the best at teaching it, but I have a fondness for mathematics. These buildings were old. To put it nicely, they had character. To put it meanly, they were falling apart. On rainy days especially, there were often places that leaked. and we didn't have many teachers nor students. I taught a class of second years, but there was effectively only one class per grade. Though naturally, separate teachers were needed for supplementary subjects like art. Guess I'll get going. Oh, it's so good. Ah, 5th period at last. Mr. Yoinara, what are we doing today? At the end of each month at Yusei Junior High, 5th and 6th period was a designated free period decided upon by the teacher and students. You could have an ethics lesson or give time for self-study or teach test-taking skills, all sorts of things. Sometimes we'd even play cards. To be honest, the principal tended to be accepting of anything. Maybe this kind of thing is only possible because it's an underpopulated rural school. So, what will it be today? Let's do some self-study. Oh, well, yes, I'll read then. Reading? You mean your idol magazines, right? Huh? How'd you know? Oh, that reminds me. I saw something in a magazine earlier. Ah, giant pancakes. Those look delicious. Hey, those are the ones Maki Maki was eating. Yeah, they sure looked yummy. These kids are so cute. I'm interested too. Whoa, come over here. Ia suddenly brought up the subject of large pancakes featured in a magazine, drawing several people over. Sheesh, they're so mature to be infatuated with pancakes at their age. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I can't get over this music. Holy shit. It's so beautiful. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna add this to my playlist later. I really hope I can add this to my playlist later. Yeah, I prefer fried chicken. You should lay off the fried food too. Hey, so Riku, could I have you teach me today? Your grades seem fine to me, Karuta. I mean, I know you periodically get tutored, Riku. You should teach Mino then! Oh! Whoa, he surprised me. Considering your lack of will to learn, I don't exactly get the urge to teach you. Mino's willing to learn, but words are hard. How do you even live among society? Fine then, I'll teach you both. Come on. Woohoo! Yay! Oh, my heart. In addition to the pancake crew, there was another group gathering around Riku for tutoring. Seems like they're truly treating this as nothing more than free time. Yoi-chan, you bored? I'm not bored. I've got the job of watching you guys. But just watching is boring, right? Look, I told you. Want to play a werewolf? Werewolf? Allow me to explain. Oh? First, the players are randomly handed out roles on cards. The basic roles are villager, werewolf, and seer. Seers and villagers in the are in the villager camp, while werewolves are in the werewolf camp. Villagers have no abilities. Seers can, at night, divine whether someone is a werewolf or a villager, and werewolves can eat anyone who's not on their side. During the day, everyone talks it out to determine who's a werewolf. Oh, this is just Mafia! But with werewolves. If those in the werewolf camp can hide their identities and wipe out the villagers via executions or devourment, they win. And the villager camp wins if they identify the werewolves and execute them. So, if you're a werewolf, you gotta deceive people to survive. Got it? It sounds pretty difficult. You'll pick it up as you play. Normally it spans several days, but let us adopt one-night werewolf rules to play just for one day. What do those entail? Since night only comes once, you must definitively hang the werewolf in one day before nightfall. To be frank, it's quite difficult from normal werewolf. Yep. To be frank, it's quite different from normal werewolf, but we have precious few people, so oh well. Being either saved or eaten in a single day sounds brutal. Hey, it's just that kind of game. It seems this one's caught on lately. There are all sorts of games out there these days. As for participants, let's have Sir Rokuro, Sir Zero, and Mr. Yoinara. And how about you two? Mai, would you be alright with me? Tina feels like she'd be adept at this game, judging from the explanation. I don't need to play, do I? Well now, this game is more fun the more people you have. Aren't you lonely all by yourself? I love her little star. Who's all by herself? If you're asking for a fight, I'll give it to you. Oh, she's... Oh. Kashima's so susceptible to agitation. Under the one night rules, 2 roles will be added on top of the ones I gave before. First, the thief. They can trade cards with any one person. However, they won't know what that person's role is in advance. Second, the psycho. In the werewolf camp, yet the seer sees them as a villager, a real troublesome fellow. However, the werewolf doesn't know who's the psycho, and the psycho doesn't know who's the werewolf. But since it's a one-night werewolf, the seer will be able to divine that the psycho is the psycho. In fact, the seer is able to define anyone's exact roles. But still, the werewolf doesn't know who's the psycho, and the psycho doesn't know who's the werewolf. Actually, there are other roles that form a third camp, but it'll get rather complicated, so perhaps we can stick them in once we've learned how to play. I wrote some notes on the roles, so make use of them. Tremendously thoughtful. Lastly, in One Night Werewolf, there are 2 extra cards in the deck. The leftovers remain in a face-down state. Only the seer can know what's on these cards, or the thief if they steal a face-down card. But of course, they should pick one of these. They can't divine the role of another player. I'm a bit fuzzy on it still, but I believe I follow. I don't. The ultimate division of cards will be 2 villagers, 2 seers, 2 werewolves, 1 thief, and 1 psycho. 8 cards in total. Now, let's play around. Fuck. Okay. At the proposal of Rokuro and the others, I ended up playing werewolf. Cards with roles written on them were passed out to each of us face down. Now then, everyone check your role. Do it with protective prudence so the person beside you can't sneak a peek. My role is villager. That might make it easier to see the score than if I had a special role. Next, the werewolves will confirm who their allies are, and divining and thieving may take place. Everyone put your heads down on your desks. Each of the action phases came to an end. Upon Susanna's signal, everyone timidly lifted their heads. Well then, now it begins tea time. Give statements like, my role is this, and try to guess the werewolves. Who could the villainous werewolves of this world be? Since we have some novices playing, let's give 10 minutes for the discussion. So, can I say something? Yes, go ahead. I'm Kashima Akabono, the seer. I used divination on Professor Yoinara. He was a villager. That's correct. Aw, really? What? Are you calling me a liar? Whoa, don't shout so much. What are you, a crow? Who are you calling a crow? More importantly, I'm wondering if there are any other seers. Huh? I'm the seer. I am also a seer, though. Well, there are 2 seers in the deck, so a turn of events is possible. Who did you use divination on, Zero? About that. It was you, Akabono, and you came up as a seer. Well now, that doesn't exactly inspire confidence. How so? Does Akabono saying she's a seer and I saying the same not make it certain? If we can take you at your word, then that'd be true, but... Look at the big picture. It's easy peasy to make that claim right after Kashima said she was a seer. Yes, that's true. Well considered, Rokuro. Am I right, or am I right? No. Zero, if you're really a seer, be a little more tenacious. Who knows, maybe a 3rd seer will show up. Will it now? A brief silence followed Kashima's agitated remark. It seems Kashima and Zero are the only ones claiming to be seers. To be honest, looking at the face-down cards would have made it easier for you to confirm what roles are in play. But, Kashima, Zero, I guess you were both just too dumb to arrive at that idea, huh? Whoa now, steady yourself. Calm down, take deep breaths. Yeah, come on, it's just a game. Sir Rokuro, I'd like to ask you to choose your words more carefully. And cease acting like a novice teasing sister-in-law. Dots. Well, I could kind of guess from your reactions. Sheesh, this guy. If I may interject. Uh-huh. Don't tell me, a 3rd seer? No, I am the thief. Oh. And I traded for one of the face-down cards, resulting in the role of a villager. I see. In short, if Lady Tina can be believed, there is definitely at least 1 werewolf in the village. That is correct. You'd say that. Is there something that offends you? Sure is. It's making my guts boil. 'Cause the real thief is me. Oh my. I swapped with Sesuna-chan, and Sesuna-chan was a villager. So, from my point of view, it's pretty darn likely Tina-chan is with werewolves. Though who can say if she's a psycho or a werewolf specifically? So I see. Well, from my point of view, I believe Madame Cessna, the only one who has not stated her role or indicated another, is quite likely a werewolf. And the one who raised his voice to protect her is the psycho. That is what I would say. Is Rokuro a werewolf? Nope, the thief. I see. So you're on my side. Zero, come on. This is a rather tricky one. Who should I believe? Well, One Night Werewolf never provides much definitive info, which is what makes it tricky. But we have 4 players making statements concerning their own roles. Lady Kashima, a seer, Sir Zero, a second seer, Lady Tina, a thief, and Sir Rokuro, a second thief. Regarding the seers, there are 2 in the deck, so it is possible for 2 to exist, but only 1 thief card exists, so one of the 2 is certainly lying. And through divination and thefts, we've got statements about 3 people on one of the face-down cards. Kashima divined Yoi-chan was a villager, and Zero divined Kashima was a seer. Tina-chan stole a face-down villager card, and I stole Susuna's villager card. So the 2 whose roles haven't been corroborated are Zero and Tina. Was I not a seer? If you really are a seer, you should believe in yourself a little more, okay? Got it. I'm a seer. He's so cute. Well, it'll be time to vote soon. If there's anything you want to ask, do it soon. I should ask for further details. Oh, fuck. Touch a student's icon to talk with them. Touching the question mark will advance the story, but if you advance without talking enough, it may sometimes result in a bad outcome. Okay, I'm gonna talk to, I think that's Tina. Hello? How does this work? How do I... Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. I'm the thief and traded for a face-down card, which was a villager. I can't read. To paraphrase Sir Rokuro, I believe that looking at a face-down card would make it simpler to determine the distribution of roles. To restate my earlier point, my perspective is that Sir Rokuro's antagonism is quite suspect. Furthermore, his supposed trade partner being Sessuna-chan casts a suspicion of her being in the werewolf camp. It is my personal opinion that there is very likely a single werewolf. The trouble, however, is deciding which of them is the werewolf, for there's no point in hanging the psycho. Please? Oh, cool. Now, how to interpret this game board? Well, ask as you wish, but all I can reply is that I'm a villager. Strictly speaking, if you trust Sir Rokuro, who's confirmed me as a villager, then Lady Tina is either the psycho or a werewolf. If she's a psycho, that would mean there's no werewolf. What happens then? In that case, there being no werewolf in the village means a psycho is not tempted by werewolves and joins the villager camp. This is referred to as a peaceful village, a village in which there was no werewolf to begin with. And in voting, if everyone votes for the person to their right, it distributes the votes and means no execution, which is an option you need to take in that event. I get it. Might have learned something good there. Oh, shit! Okay, how about her? Please, I don't... Oh, okay, cool. I'm the thief and traded with Sessuna-chan, who is a villager. Why did I choose Sessuna-chan? Easy. I felt bad for her because I didn't think anybody'd pick her. What a thing to say. The more unknowns you can clear up, the easier it is, right? And yet you berated Kashima and Zero for not looking at the face-down cards? I mean, that is... You don't have to believe Kashima-chan, but believe me, okay? That's a little too convenient. You can interpret however you like, alright, Yui-chan? Please. There we go. I'm a seer. I divined Mr. Yoinari to be a villager. Huh? Why did I choose you? Right, it's true, I did think about checking Rokuro or someone like that. But I felt like I might be better to look for other allies. You phrase it as if Rokuro is your enemy. There's a possibility he is, isn't there? And just look at it. If we believe Tina is the real thief, Rokuro is either a psycho or a werewolf. And I suppose you're inclined to think Tina is the real thief. He called me an idiot! Grr, I'll never forgive him. She sure holds a grudge. Okay. How about you? You're adorable. I'm a seer. I divined Akebono's role to be seer. Why did I choose her? No special reason. If I had to say, maybe because her seat was right in front of me. Sigh. Maybe Rokuro's right, and looking at a face-down card would have been better. You'll just have to make use of that knowledge the next time you play. Right you are. So as such, since Akebono said she defined you to be a villager, you're about the only other I can trust. So we're basically in the same boat. Is there anything else I can... Oh, shoot. As for Zero, who claimed Kashima was a seer, well, I can't dismiss the idea that he just jumped on the opportunity, but he's always honest to a fault. It's hard to think it was a lie. As for the thief, I don't have enough information to be confident about who it is. Hopefully there's some tact that can get me out of this deadlock. Is there anything else I can do? Well then, we're just out of time, so... Does anyone want to say anything more? Dots. It seems not. Alright, time is up, so please place your votes. On the count of 3, point at the one you wish to vote for. Please and thank you. Who should I vote for? I don't know who's to my right. Maybe I should have checked that. That's okay. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Well now, Lady Tina and Zirokuro both received 2 votes. Whoa, you guys are heartless. I must agree on my part as well. Now we'll reveal the cards all at once. Was this the correct answer? The face-down cards were both werewolves, which means this was a peaceful village. Okay, I forgot who was to my right, though. Maybe I should have done that. Peaceful village? It's when there's not a single werewolf in the village. The right answer here is basically for everyone to pick the person to their right, canceling the vote, so no execution. I was not aware of this. If I had known, I would have stated I was the psycho. Given the situation, though, it's still not like we could have discarded the possibility you were a werewolf. So there's a rule for that. I was not aware of it before, but this is quite a fun game. It's tense wondering what role you'll get. I think I've got it now. I'll try to do better next time. Feels like it'd be a pain if Roku or Tina had been werewolves. You're just dumber than me is all. Ooh, scary, scary. Heaven help me. Kashima, don't get so emotional that you lose sight of your surroundings. Grr. You have a point. I lost control of myself. Of course, Rokuro, you shouldn't be so provoking either. I'm just telling the truth, okay? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Besides, Kashima gets better grades than you. That's right. But I'm better at this game, aren't I? Dots. Why aren't you saying anything? Mr. Yuinara? Well, well, now that we've gotten the mood, let's go for round 2. Oh my. As expected, in a game that so closely resembles psychological warfare, you two are adept. Your compliment honors me. Sure, it's not just that all of these guys are so easy to read. It's impressive how you can lie without hesitation, Rokuro. That's just a game, man. I don't normally lie, do I? Yes, I suppose so. Dots. Kashima's clearly upset. Cheer up, Kashima-chan. You've got a good conscience. You're just oblivious, see? Sigh. That's not true. Don't tell me she took that as a compliment. I'm equally unable to read the movements of Mr. Yuinara myself. Oh yeah? Professor Yuinara is unlike Zirokuro and Lady Tina. He just, well, unintentionally exudes an unreadable atmosphere, perhaps. Might I posit that in truth he isn't especially thinking anything. It's me. Did something happen in your past so you lost your emotions or something? What kind of a person do you think I am? Dots. Perfect timing. Alright, get back to your seats. With that, the students returned to their seats one after another. Some of them sprinted over, while others returned with a reluctant look. After that, the class began moving their desks to the sides of the room for cleaning. Phew, all done. Wonder if it'll rain on the way home. Doesn't smell like rain, so Mino thinks it won't. Oh, Mino's a good girl. She is! Aww. Not even remotely. Yikes, why do you look like you've had the soul sucked out of you? English is still too tough for you, is it, Mino-chan? Gotta be Japanese, the curvy kind. Well, this is Japan after all. You can get by with just hiragana. Ooh, if he says so, it must be true. Sigh. Might have to think of simpler approaches even Mino can understand. By the way, are you coming to school tomorrow, Naki? I can attend until tomorrow. Next week I'll be off doing work again. I see. The world of showbiz is rough, huh? If it was Idols, I'd know all the details. But what's your stage name again? Well, I act pretty different from the way I am normally, so it might be better for me if you don't know. Huh? What? Do you, like, act in plays? Sure, I've done jobs like that before. Whoa, I can't imagine. So, is there something about tomorrow? Since it's Friday, we're talking about the guys of the class hanging out together. Huh? Is it okay if I come too? Why not? After all, we hardly ever get to hang out with you. I see. Then I'd be glad to go. Well... Whoa, Naki-chan's coming? Nice. Outdoors would be nice. It's stuffy inside. But I'd sure like to go to a candy store or something. Giving you're all even in play. That's the way of men. Whoa, the boys sound like they're having a fun talk. Good for them. No girls allowed. This is a cootie-free zone. So mean. Well, fine. We'll get together tomorrow and do something too. Mina will come with. I'd rather go home and sleep. What if we went out and ate sweets? I'll go. I do not have plans, so I'm able to go as well. I haven't any special problem with that either. Ooh, sounds good. Kashima-chan, you're going too, right? Dots. Sure. Just as I was fearing you might rebuke us as the class president. Do I detect a rather cheerful expression? Nope. Let's all go together, girls. I won't stop you from having fun, but don't go doing anything weird or playing around past dark. Huh? Like that's possible. Time flies when you're having fun. I'll go and patrol outside and arrest you if I see you. Yikes. It's hard to tell if you're serious or joking sometimes, Mr. Yorinara. Goodbye for now, Professor. Goodbye. Yes, goodbye. This is really cute. As if they'd never been tired from cleaning at all, the students went trotting home with cheerful gaits. Once I finish up here, I should get home quickly. Yeesh. When I finished my duties and left the school, it was beginning to drizzle. Better than this morning. Hope it doesn't get worse before I go home. Mista! Mista! Oh, the kids from this morning. What is it, you two? She is Shion. Riri is Nareen. What's wrong, Mista? No, it's nothing. So, what do you want? I want to be with you, Mista. Take us with you, Mista. No, can't do that. People would call that a kidnapping. Where are you kids from? Where are your parents? Mista! What, are you talking to me? Oops. Mista! Maybe they weren't answering the question and rather just want to say Mista. So, look, you two. Huh? In the instant I was looking down, the two children that had been there suddenly disappeared. Dots. Did they run off? I muttered that to myself and then ran along the Rome Hode.